Hey guys, this is Perkins here. Today we're going to be talking again about word problems, but this time we're going to be talking about missing number word problems, which more specifically it's going to be missing part word problems. And we're going to be using those tape diagrams again. Yay! So now let's get started with some tape diagrams with these word problems. So now let's look at this. It says, Sue and Jane picked 14 flowers together. Sue picked 6 flowers. Jane picked some flowers. How many flowers did Jane pick? So what are we noticing here? Well, we know that they picked 14 flowers together, right? Well, out of those 14, Sue picked 6 of those 14. And then Jane picked some of the 14. How many flowers did Jane pick? So, looking at this, nothing was taken away. So we know that we're going to be having to look at this. Sue and Jane picked 14 flowers together. That 14, is it our part or our whole? Well, it is our part. I'm sorry. Oh, my goodness, Miss Perkins is going crazy. It is our whole. Because that's how many they picked together. 14 is our whole. Okay, so we are going to chunk it. So we're going to draw a little, and then we're going to read a little, then draw a little. Read a little, and draw a little. So we know 14 is our whole, so Sue and Jane picked 14 flowers. So we can draw our 14 circles. Okay, so now we're going to box it in. And we're going to label it. We know that a tape diagram. We know a diagram is a picture with labels. So it's the 14 together. So now, we had Sue picked 6 flowers. So of these 14 right here, Sue picked 6 of those. So we're not adding these 6. This is our whole, which means that this is our whole. We cannot get any bigger than this whole. Okay? So, we know that we're going to just count the 6, and we're going to put a line. So this is the 6 that Sue picked. Now, looking at this is how many that Jane picked. Do we know how many Jane picked? Does it tell us? Nope, that's why we have a missing part. But we could still make this into a number sentence even though our part is missing. We're going to make this into a addition number sentence because nothing was taken away. Now, could you do a subtraction? Yes. But we're going to do an addition one. So, we know that for addition, it's our part plus the other part equals our whole. So, what is our first part? 6. Plus our other part, we don't know, mystery box, equals our whole, which is 14. So now how can I figure out this missing part? Well, we can just count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we know that it is 8. So 6 plus 8 equals 14. So we read and we drew. Now we wrote our number since we didn't finish our statement. So Jane picked blank flowers. How many flowers did Jane pick? She picked 8. Perfect. Now let's move on to another one. So now it says, Matt and Beth had 11 toy cars. Matt had 8 toy cars. The rest of the toy cars were Beth's. How many toy cars does Beth have? Now, guys, in this lesson, what we're going to do is that we're going to do one together, and then I want you to try one on your own. Then we're going to do another one together, and then you're going to try one on your own. Again, there's not going to be any classwork formative for this. So this right here is your classwork. So it's important that you are trying these on your own. So this one is going to be very, very, very similar to the one that we just did together. Okay? So I'm going to read it again. And it'd be a good idea for you to pause it and for you to solve on your own. Don't forget to chunk it. And make sure you do your number sentence in your statement. Don't forget to label your tape diagram. I'm going to read it again for you. Matt and Beth had 11 toy cars. Matt had 8 toy cars. The rest of the toy cars were Beth's. How many toy cars does Beth have? You may pause it down to solve it on your own. Come back and see how I solved it. Alrighty guys, now let's look at this. Remember, I'm going to read it and then we're going to check it. So Matt and Beth had 11 toy cars. Matt had 8 toy cars. The rest of the toy cars were Beth's. How many toy cars does Beth have? Well, first, I just want to think about it for just a second. What is it telling me? Well, it's saying that Matt and Beth together have 11 toy cars. Okay? Matt was playing with 8, or Matt had 8 of those 11 toy cars. The rest of the toy cars were Beth's. So we have to look at this so we know that 11 is our whole and 8 is one of our parts. Okay, so now it'll make it easy for us to be able to go ahead and solve. So now let's chunk it. Matt and Beth had 11 toy cars. Can I draw something? Well, of course I can. I can draw 11. Now, what is 11? My part? Sorry, a part or my whole? Well, it is our whole. That's how many they had together that they were playing with. And it doesn't say that they had them together. You have to know that it says Matt and, you have to know that it says Matt and Beth. So that means that we know that that it was together. So you could put a T for toy cars or you could put a T for together. Doesn't matter. Now, again, whatever your letter label is, as long as it makes sense to you. It doesn't have to be the exact same as mine. The number label should match mine though. So now let's move on. Let's chunk some more. Matt had 8 toy cars. So we know that Matt had 8 of those 11 toy cars. So now we're going to separate 8 of these 11. Because remember, 11 is our whole. We cannot get any bigger than this whole. Nothing's going to get bigger because that is our whole. So now let's count 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put a line. This is 8 for Matt. The rest are for Beth. So this is Beth's. Do we know how many Beth has? Does it tell us? Nope. Mystery box. Now, looking at this word problem, we can still do an addition number sentence. Now, if you want to do a subtraction number sentence, go right ahead, and I'll even show it to you whenever we're done. So, but with a subtraction number sentence, do know that nothing's taken away. So, it doesn't necessarily match the word problem, because in the word problem, it would have to say that something is being taken away. But I will still show you the subtraction number sentence, just in case. So, we know that is our, for whenever adding, it's our part plus our other part equals our whole. So we know our first part is 8 plus mystery box, we don't know our other part, equals 11, which is our whole. So we drew. Now, how do we figure out how many toys were for Beth? We just count. These are in the box. 1, 2, 3. So we know that 8 plus 3 equals 11. So Beth has blank toy cars. Well, she has 3 toy cars. So I can check that off. So now if you did a subtraction, we know subtraction is our whole minus our part equals our other part. So you could do 11 minus 8 equals 3. Now remember, subtraction number sentence doesn't necessarily match the word problem, but it's to show you as like a little something extra. Now, if you got this correct, give yourself a pat on the back. Great job. Now, let's move on. This next one. This one says, Tom had cars. 7 of them are blue. The rest of the cars are red. He had a total of 5 cars. How many cars are red? So now we're going to be chunking this. But first, what do we notice? Well, we know Tom, he had some cars. 7 were blue, so we're talking about the colors. So 7 were blue, the rest were red. He had a total of 15 cars. A total of 15 cars. Ooh, that 15 I know is my whole. That's going to be important for later. So now, let's chunk it. Tom had cars. Can we draw something? Nope, it doesn't say anything. It doesn't say how many cars. 7 of them are blue. Can we draw something? We sure can. We can draw the 7. Now, what is 7? Is it a part or a whole? It is a part, because it's just saying that this is the blue cars that Tom had. So this is the 7 blue cars that Tom has. The rest of the cars are red. Do we know how many are red? No, but we know that that is our missing part. So we know the ones that are red are a missing part. So he had a total of 15 cars. Can we draw something? No, we can't draw something, but we can label it because we know that 15 is our whole. So 15 cars. So now, we read, and we didn't finish drawing yet. But we can put what we know so far in our number sentence. Now, one thing that you can notice that this one's different from the other 2 that we've done so far is that the whole wasn't first. So that means our picture looks a little different whenever we're chunking it. Okay? So that's one thing that is different from the ones that we're about to do, from the ones that we just did already. Okay? So we're going to add what you know is our part, plus our other part equals our whole. So we know our first part is 7, plus we don't know the other part equals 15. Now, how are we going to figure out how many are red? We know there's 7 blue and 15's our whole. What can we do to figure it out? Ooh, I got it. We can count on. We can put 7 in our brain, and we can keep on adding circles or X's until we get to 15. Since we're counting on, I'm just going to do X's for this. So I'm going to put 7 in my brain, and I'm going to count on. I'm going to add a new circle or X, whichever one you're doing, until we get to 15. So 7, because that's how many I have over here. That's my part they gave us. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So now, the amount of X's that I just did should be my missing part. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 red cars. So 7 plus 8 equals 15. There are 8 cars are red. So we can check those off. So we're done with this one. So now, I'm going to read this. This will be a good chance for you to pause it after I read, for you to be able to try to solve this on your own. Okay? So it says, my mom baked 4 chocolate chip cookies and some sugar cookies. She baked 10 cookies. How many sugar cookies did she bake? Remember, chunk it. Read a little, draw a little. Ask yourself, what do you notice with the word problem? Then, once you do your tape diagram, do your number sentence and your statement. All right, you can pause it if you like. All right, guys, let's come back and let's see how I would solve it. My mom baked 4 chocolate chip cookies and some sugar cookies. She baked 10 cookies. How many sugar cookies did she bake? Now, looking at this, I'm just going to take this off. Whoops, my mistake. Now, we are going to chunk it. So that's my mom baked 4 chocolate chip cookies. Can I draw something? I sure can. I can draw the 4 chocolate chip cookies. I'm going to put a 4. CH for chocolate chip. They both start with that CH. You could just do a C. That's fine too. Now, one thing that Miss Perkins was going a little ahead of herself is that I forgot to ask, what did we notice when we were reading? Well, now we know that 4 is our part, right? We know there's some sugar cookies that she made. And she baked 10 cookies. One thing that's important is to know that 10 is our whole. Okay, that's going to be important for you to know whenever you're doing your tape diagram. Okay, so let's continue to chalk. And some sugar cookies. Do we know how many sugar cookies? No, we don't know how many. So I'm putting S for sugar or some, and then do my mystery box. She baked 10 cookies. Can we draw something? No, but we can label because 10 is our whole. So those are the 10 cookies. Or you could have put a B for baked there. So now, you read? So now we could do our number sentence. Remember, we're gonna do an addition number sentence. So we have part plus our other part equals our whole. So 4 plus mystery box equals 10. So looking at this, now, how are we going to figure out how many sugar cookies she had? Just like the last one, we're going to count on. So we're going to put 4 in our brain, and we're going to count on until we get to 10. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now, we know that we have 10 altogether now, which is our whole, which is what we want. So now let's count to figure out how many sugar cookies that Mom baked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we know there's 6 sugar cookies. So 4 plus 6 equals 10. So she baked 6 sugar cookies. Alrighty, guys. If you got this one correct, I want you to give yourself a 2 thumbs up. Alrighty, guys. That is it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.